Hi, crafty friend. It's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been a subscriber for a long time, thank you very much. I just recently hit 7,000 people on YouTube. So there's quite a few new people. So hello, I'm Justine. Now, I recently watched Craft Roulette, and it was last night. It was super fun to watch. It was Craft Roulette 261, which is so cool to even think that there's that many of them. I am recently new-ish to Craft Roulette. I started watching last summer, but then with school starting and such, I haven't had a lot of spare time, but I occasionally do watch. And this, for whatever reason, last night really kind of caught my sparkle, if you will. Maybe it was the parameters. I thought that they were easy to start off with for for Craft Roulette, because sometimes it can be a little random, as Mary says. But the parameters for the project was A2, which is an A2 size. So I'll make my card A2 sized. The element was JD. And if you don't know, that's Mary's grandson. JD, that's his name. And then, so I had to include something either about him or the initials JD or something like baby related. He has just turned 1. And then for colors, and they need to be Amusement ride. So I went with like a pink sparkly for that. And then the random was tickets. So I'm going to use that die you see off to the side to be my ticket. Now, you might be wondering, what are you doing with that wood foiling plate? Well, I'll tell you. I grew up in Minnesota, over by south of the cities, we'll just say. And I grew up going to Valley Fair. And if you are a Minnesota person and you know what I'm talking about, we're cool. We're friends. No, but Valley Fair had and has lots of really fun rides. And they used to have a really old one that was made out of wood. And just looking at it, you're like, you're probably going to fall apart and fall off the ride looking at that. And it was always like the scariest one to me because it was made out of wood and it just looked like it was going to fall over. I think it was called Excalibur. I could be so wrong, but that just is ringing my bell. So for the colors being Amusement ride, I just thought of that ride immediately. And so I thought of wood. And now purple and brown, or pink and brown, are cute together, we'll just say, but they weren't really jiving for me putting them together. And you'll see this brown paper isn't even cut to the right size anyway, but we're going to make it work. And I'm going to put it on the inside of my project. So as my second letter is glimmering, we're going to glimmer this brown paper. Now I am glimmering BetterPress plates and a glimmer plate. So the silvery color ones, the J and the D, are BetterPress plates, and the goldish bronze is a glimmer plate. But they really foil beautifully, the BetterPress plates, that is. And JD, I did have these already in my stash because my name is Justine Dvorak. So I, of course, had to get the J and the D when these came out. I'm just using some glimmer specialty cardstock. I don't know why, I just had a moment, but I could not think of what that name was. And then this pink foil is called Sparkle Magenta, and it is one of my favorites. I think it looks really cute with bigger foiled areas. The sparkle did not really shine through on my picture of my card that I'll be putting online, but if you're watching the video, you're going to see the sparkle. You probably can already. Let's check out how this wood foiled before I glimmer my J. Let that cook. And this is really cool. Now this brown paper is just so nice to foil. It's from my craft store that closed, which is really unfortunate, and I can't get more of it. So I do treasure that brown paper for now. All right, now this is from a stitch die from Christmas time. It's called the Stitched Notched Corner card. So it to me looks like a ticket. So that's going to be part of the random. And that was supposed to go on top of the wood, but my brown paper was cut too small. Womp womp. Oh well. I think, should I turn it? No, that's not going to look good. So I pivoted and I'm going to put some bright paper behind this and then have the wood go on the inside. Oh, by the way, the foil color I used for my wood is bronze. Now, if you maybe stumbled upon my channel after Craft Roulette, and if that is you, hello and welcome. I do have lots of videos on my channel, not as interactive and as fun as Craft Roulette. I do think I have lots of fun though as well, but I am becoming a growing fan of Craft Roulette here as we go. But this is my first time ever making a card with the submissions. I just had to, especially with JD. And I don't know if the whole chocolate thing is commonly known, but also people kind of treat it like a little game when Mary says JD that you have to eat chocolate. So that's kind of another nod to that with the brown paper. If I had chocolate yesterday when I was watching it, I would have no chocolate left in my house because they were saying it so much. So I'll get that in the center and I will finish this off with some embellishments. What do you think about this? Craft Roulette people, if you're watching, did I pass? I hope so. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.